Hi, welcome to Nurturing Moms. My name is Shiro. Now, in this video, I'd like us to discuss how to care for your perineum after childbirth. So, the perineum is the area between your vagina and your anal passage, okay? So that area in between the two is called the perineum. So now, during childbirth, you can either tear or your doctor or your midwife will cut you just to be able to open you up a little bit more so that your baby's head can come through. If you are cut, then that is what we usually refer to as an episiotomy. Now, whether you are cut and it needed repair to be stitched with stitches, or if your tear was so small you didn't need stitches, you will still be a little bit sore and feeling raw for a few days or weeks after childbirth. So to care for this area, you have to use proper hygiene. So you either got a stitch or you didn't get a stitch. Whether you got a stitch or not, remember, you still have to take care of this area. So one of the things to do is use plain water. After you visit the toilet, whether you did a number 1 or a number 2, use plain water to clean the area. Now, some doctors advise you to actually, after you've gone for a number 2, you sit on a sitz bath, which is warm, salty water. Now, there's a research that I read some time back, and it said that they really didn't find any evidence with a difference of healing whether a mom used plain water and another mom used salt. And actually the study found those moms who were using too much salt, it was actually delaying the healing as compared to the group that just used plain water. So you can use salt, but not too much. When I was discharged from hospital, I used to be discharged with Ken salt and a big basin that you will use when you go home to sit in it with some salt. And the salt we used to be told to do is a hipful of salt. But that is too much. You can either use a tablespoon or no salt at all. Plain water works. The thing about salt, as soon as you sit on the water, you feel like, it's burning, but then after a minute or two, then it really soothes you and you feel really nice and clean after you've done with the sitz bath. For about 10-15 minutes, you'll be sitting in the water. But now, even in the public facilities, the moms are being shown to just get a bottle of water, this small, put holes on the top, yeah? Then you can squeeze. As you squeeze, it's like you're douching yourself after you visited the toilet. So you just put holes on the top, put water in this bottle, close it, and then you douche yourself after visiting the toilet. It's called plain water, but it works. Another thing you need to do is use cotton underwear, breathable underwear, because you don't want that area to be nice and moist, because what? Bacteria loves heat. So you need air to pass through so that it stays dry and clean. At the same time, avoid wearing tight jeans, tight pants. You wear skirts, wear loose dresses, or wear loose trousers. Another thing you need to do is to avoid constipation. I think I've talked about your diet after a cesarean section. Please avoid constipation, because if you are constipated, you will be bearing down so much you could pop a stitch. So you need to avoid to be constipated. Of course, drink water, lots of fiber foods, vegetables and fruits. And also when it comes to the perineum, sometimes people wonder, when can I resume sex? I have done a video on sex, but the rule of thumb is this: if you are ready, it is fine, but that area should have healed. Some people start earlier than 6 weeks, others even it takes 10 months to really think of going, and getting into that area. But just ensure you've stopped bleeding and you feel comfortable and that area is not sore anymore. But believe me, the first time you have sex, it's gonna feel different. That's a fact. So please keep the area clean as much as possible. Don't be concerned, because the stitches that are used to stitch you up if you had a cut or a bigger tear that needed to be stitched are dissolvable. So you then don't need to go back to your doctor for them to remove the stitches. They will dissolve themselves in a couple of weeks. You should not see them anymore. So those are some of the tips on how to care for your perineum after you've experienced childbirth. Shuri is here to support you, to educate you, and to empower you. And if you found this video of value to you, share to other moms who can also learn something. And the reason I do this is just to empower mothers, just to educate them and let them know some of the questions they ask, and they wonder, you know, when I have a vaginal birth and then I'm staged, do I have to go back to have my stitches taken out? I've given you the answer. No, the stitches used are dissolvable. Thank you so much for watching.